A Texas district attorney is filing a motion to dismiss a murder charge against a woman arrested last week in connection to what law enforcement called the death of an individual by self-induced abortion. I'm Haley Spivey.
I'm Amber McKnight.
And welcome to Panther News Network. Here's what's going on today. A Texas district attorney is filing a motion to dismiss a murder charge against a woman arrested last week in connection to what law enforcement called the death of an individual by self-induced abortion. After a review of the case, Starr County District Attorney Gocha Allen Ramirez concluded that the woman cannot and should not be prosecuted for the allegations against her, the DA said in a statement. It's unclear whether the woman, who CNN is not naming, had an abortion herself or had in some way assisted in one. The Texas woman was initially indicted on a murder charge after intentionally and knowingly causing the death of an individual by self-induced abortion. Ramirez will file the motion to dismiss the indictment on Monday. The statement said, but stressed that the sheriff's office acted according to its responsibilities under the law. Now check out this story from Gabriel Adams.
Today, I was able to conduct an interview with Professor Harris about Prairie View's involvement in and with the No More campaign.
You know, I learned about the No More campaign. Well, it was actually No More Week campaign through Professor Clomax, who RSVP reached out to try to film some PSAs. He wasn't available. His students weren't available because they were already doing some production. So he asked me and my students available to do these PSAs. We decided that, hey, it'd be a good experience, especially for my introduction to digital production classes. They can get some hands-on experience right then and there, because at that time we were just dealing with technical stuff. Now we're actually hands-on. It was a great experience for them. They learned a lot. I was able to use students from 3 different classes to facilitate the wild schedule that we had. And then Dejanay Johnson, she was real instrumental in gathering all the organizations, locations, and making sure that our times were compatible. It was fun. It was fun. It was entertaining as well, but it was quite informative because we learned a lot about sexual assault for those who didn't understand the concept and what was all involved in sexual assault or what's considered sexual assault. We talked about bystanders, being vocal, being protectors, not just a fly on the wall, listening and looking and turning around and like nothing is happening. So that was a great experience for us. Like I said, it was informative. I learned some new things that I wasn't aware of. They learned some things. The PSA, I think, was very informative especially when they talk about men, because they're assaulted too. But the numbers people don't talk about that as much.
With that in mind, Professor Harris and his student crew were engaging with on-campus organizations such as the organization known as RSVP, known as Relationship and Sexual Violence Prevention Program, the organization known as the Purple Jackets, the organization known as BLACK, meaning Brothers Leading and Cultivating Knowledge, and the organization known as PV Spectrum. For the No More campaign, you can also see that not only is it applicable and active within the United States, but also has its roots and expenditures in other countries across the world, making its world a better and safer place for advocacy and progression for the rights of others, along with reporting and tackling sexual assault, domestic violence, and misconduct. For anyone interested in finding the PSAs of the organizations mentioned, you can find the recordings of each organization's PSA on PVANU RSVP's Instagram page. In addition, make sure to follow PVANU RSVP on their Twitter page as well. This is Gabriel Adams, and this is Panther News Network.
Rice University has reported a high intake in positive COVID-19 cases on its campus in the recent days, the school released in a statement Thursday. The school states there are 145 reported cases, with 90% of cases impacting undergraduates. As a result, students are required to wear them in all classrooms. Rice University also states it will have an at-home antigen tests available for students who want them. The university also stated the majority of the test positive cases reported this previous week are detected by an at-home test. Here's a quick video from Tasha Walker, KPRC.
The school released in a statement Thursday. The school says there are 145 reported cases, with 90% impacting undergraduates. Students must now wear their masks again.
I'm for it, yeah. I think it keeps people safe, and especially with the recent COVID cases which have happened.
Overall, COVID-19 cases in Southeast Texas are down, says Dr. Philip Kaiser with Galveston County's Health District. Dr. Kaiser says hospitalizations are low too, despite the rapid spread of the BA2 variant of the Omicron strain, which is hitting countries like Canada and the UK hard.
It really hasn't hit us badly yet. We monitor how many cases that we get with it, and it's still very, very low, although about 70% of the viruses that we're finding are in fact this new variant.
Memorial Hermann Hospital infectious disease specialist Dr. Linda Yancey says the fact that a large majority of Americans are vaccinated or have built up immunity has a positive impact. She also says, unlike Europe and Canada, who are just easing restrictions, the U.S. did that months ago.
You have a scenario where you have a bunch of people who are going to be newly in public and newly at risk alongside a highly contagious variant. So they've had a much harder time than we have.
As for when we'll have to wear masks again, like Rice students,
there are going to be times that we're going to have to go back to masking. There are going to be times that we're going to have to reduce our indoor exposure. Right now, we're in a good spot.
Rice U says many of these positive COVID-19 results were detected due to at-home tests that they distributed earlier in the semester. Therefore, they plan to make more of those tests available to students. Reporting live in the Med Center, Taisha Walker.
Staying with us this morning, Gabriel Adams will join us with the weather report after this commercial break.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
And here's Gabriel Adams with the weather report.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome on this Manic Monday in the middle of April. As a matter of fact, this morning we did have around the hours of 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., the wee hours of the morning, we did have some intense yet brief thunderstorms, bringing in some rain and some cooling winds right now. In the later early morning, we had lows in the low 60s. But as we go on throughout this morning, we do have temperatures going to 75. As we transition throughout the day, we go to an afternoon peak of 86 degrees. As we do go into the afternoon, we do reach 84 degrees, gradually getting warmer. And in the evening hours, we do go into the mid to low 70s, going to 74 degrees, then transitioning to overnight low of 71 degrees. So in the nighttime, as the nighttime lows are much warmer than typically they are, along with the highs being in the mid
to slightly high 80s. Actually, you do have to please consider when you do go outside, please, 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 since now we're going to 80s, going into the 90s, please keep a bottle of water on standby. It is very important. And for those who are, I guess you can say, run cold, you do need to keep a jacket nearby as you go out throughout the night, but it's greatly important to just keep a bottle of water with you throughout the day. But as the day goes on, from the early morning, we did have the brief thunderstorm, and from that point on, it's been sunny from that point forward. As you go on throughout the day, you do have partly cloudy, partly sunny throughout the day, so on and off sunshine. And into the nighttime, you do become cloudy. And that is this weather report. Throwing it back to you, Haley.
Thank you, Gabriel, for that weather report. So as we get into our next stories, we're going to talk about Spring Fest. We just had our Spring Fest this past week. So, Amber, how was your Spring Fest?
My Spring Fest was good. I'm not really a party person, but I did partake in some activities. But yeah, what about you? What was one of your favorite events that happened on campus, though?
So I think one of my favorite events that happened on campus was the, what was that? The Hump Night.
Oh, really?
On Wednesday, yes, that was really fun. This is my last undergrad Spring Fest, so I did do it up.
Yeah,
I set my
with a bang.
I set my Spring Fest out for real. So yeah, okay, I was really pleased with this Spring Fest.
That's good. I'm glad to see you back at the desk this Monday morning in
Yes, ma'am.
fine, good shape.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So let's get into our next story. As many of you may know, Spring Fest was last week. The week was filled with fun events all week long. The organization CAB was able to put on a carnival for the university on Friday. The event lasted from 3 to 6. Students enjoy attractions, food, drinks, and fun. Here's a short clip of the carnival last Friday.
Like somebody mama.
This for the nose.
Jalen finished already?
The Alphas hosted a crawfish broil over the weekend. The event was held at the UC courts on Saturday from 3 to 7. I attended the event and got a chance to speak with some of the Alphas, students, and even alumni at the boil. Check out this short clip from the crawfish boil this past Saturday.
All right, how y'all doing? I'm Taylor Owens. I'm the Sergeant at Arms for the PV Alphas. And right now we're just giving out free crawfish to the student body just to show our appreciation and love. They supported us at every event, so we want to do something to give back. You know, to whom much is given, much is required, so we just giving back.
Hi, I'm out here with Shania and Alex, and we're at the Alpha Crawfish Boil. So let me go ahead and ask Shania, how do you like your crawfish so far?
Oh, it's great. It tastes really good. I just peel it slow, but it's good.
What about you, Alex?
It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone. As you can see, she has finished her crawfish, y'all.
I haven't ate this yet, but it's good. It's good.
How you doing today, Prairie View? I am Dr. Simeon Queen, proud alumnus, 3 times of Prairie View A&M University, the greatest institution on the planet. We're celebrating Spring Fest and just, loving on the students of Prairie View. The brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Also, the good Mayor Brian E. Rowland, actually sponsored the crawfish for today in the building. We just having a good time. Us fellow brothers and sisters, alumnus as well.
Although the lines were lengthy, everyone was able to get crawfish at the event in a timely manner. Students came from all sides of the campus to enjoy the nice weather and crawfish boil. It was a free event and a nice way for students to spend their Saturday afternoons.
Are you enrolling in classes for the Summer 22 session and need somewhere to stay? Well, you're in luck. PVAMU has what you are looking for. Prairie View University is offering students the option for on-campus housing for the Summer 22 session at one of their residences. Students who choose to stay on campus for the Summer 22 session will stay at the University Square. In order to secure your spot for today, you must fill out a housing application. The application is open until May 1st. To qualify, you must be enrolled in summer courses and have no outstanding housing balance. To submit your application today, please visit American Campus PVAMU, University Square, and click on Apply Online. You may also call the leasing office at the university to assist you at 936-261-3781 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every Monday through Friday. What are you waiting for? Apply now before spots fill up. Check out this story from Catherine Dowell.
What do an aerospace engineer, cancer immunologist, and bat scientist all have in common? We all have cool jobs in STEM fields. Whether it's building robots or learning to code, girls everywhere are finding their passion for science, technology, engineering, and math through positive role models and mentors. So dare to dive in, get connected, and explore. You never know what your future may hold. Learn more about these and even more cool jobs at shecanstem.com.
Announcing her plans for departure last month, outgoing Prairie View A&M University President Ruth J. Simmons has announced that she will not be leaving the HBCU entirely. Prairie View A&M's President Ruth Simmons, who announced earlier this month she is stepping down, said on Wednesday she will remain at the historically black university as a professor. While it is fairly common for university presidents to transition to a faculty role upon their departure, Simmons will also help work with the university's fundraising and research partnerships. She will also create a higher education leadership program to improve diversity amongst top academic leaders. I believe this is the perfect solution, enabling her to devote her time to special interests and at the same time continue to pay leadership role in preparing the next generation of leaders. The Texas A&M system, John Sharp, said in a statement.
Will there be a Black Panther 2 in the making? After the passing of Chadwick Boseman, many viewers had different opinions on whether or not there should be a Black Panther. Well, let me be the first to tell you, Black Panther Wakanda Forever release date is November 2022. The producer, Nate Morris, stated when speaking to Phase Zero podcast, I think this is a movie that has a different sort of pressure on it, obviously, with the passing of Chadwick, which was unexpected and unprecedented in a way narratively, to figure out how to deal with it. So beyond, hey, we want to be big, fun time, and people of the first movie to do right by his legacy and tell a story that isn't exploitative, which we would never, ever do, but builds on the things that he loved about the property in a way that is enjoyable, feels real, feels earned, feels organic. Are you ready for November? Because I know I am. We will be back after this commercial break.
As this morning show comes to an end, we want to do a recap quiz with our viewers. How much was the crawfish at the Alpha Crawfish Boil? $3.99, free, or $8.99? If you chose free, you were correct.
Here's another trivia question. What is the deadline to submit your application for the Summer 22 housing? May 31st, June 1st, or May 1st? If you said May 1st, you are correct. Congratulations. If you get the answer right, be sure to let us know on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. This was Panther News Network.
I'm Haley Spivey.
I'm Amber McKnight, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.